So it's a privilege so this is a privilege. We have all the ecosystem partners over sitting around one table. I think that the purpose of this session was that only the role of BMOs in strengthening the ecosystem. So BMOs like business membership organizations where people join, collaborate. So people join, collaborate and have things and all. And Munish Jauhar is also one of the I would say #1 investor from Chandigarh itself. Rather, I thought should put him into an investor group or into this group. Then I thought we should have from NASCOM side and then from TIE side to Mr. Robin Aggarwal and Baldev from Chandigarh Angels Network. So Munish, how you think these organizations like NASCOM or maybe TIE or any these organizations can help actually the mindset? We were talking actually we had a session in morning where we were talking about the mindset. And I believe these are actually the changing the mindset organizations. So what's your thought on that?
Thank you. I think so. These are having a BMO in the local ecosystem is extremely important. So since I'm representing NASCOM this time, so I'll take NASCOM's example. You see, when we started our business, we did not have this guidance and mentorship. But even yesterday, we have this informal coffee meetup, and we were just meeting for coffee, and we were discussing business growth amongst each other. And you see, there was a gentleman who had actually got his company to around 600 people, and the other guy sitting there had taken it to 3,000 people, and they were discussing. You see, this growth kind of thing happens because when you meet similar and like-minded people, right? And having such people on a common platform really helps a lot because a lot of times you end up, you want to talk to like-minded people, but you don't know where to go to. And we all kind of face the same problems. We might come from different industries or domains, but at the end, everybody wants to kind of grow their business, scale their business, right? And you really want to kind of reach out and meet people who've done that. So, like I run an IT company, whenever we sit in NASCOM, the first question we ask every time, okay, who's hired a salesman, where, how much are you paying him, what is the commission you've set up? And these are things you either learn by practical experience or you discuss amongst people as well. So without such a network, and in today's digital age, you see you have WhatsApp, right? You can simply ask somebody that question. 15 years back, it was really hard. You're sitting, you don't know what to do, how to go to the next level. Even yesterday, another crazy example, this guy, his client asked him, and you are running this BPO in Chandigarh, but I want something in Philippines. And through the NASCOM network, the guy actually set up an office in Philippines in 20 days. Now, in our day and time, maybe 10 years back, this was really hard to do. You see, but today, because of the network, you can actually go out and go set this up.
So I think I'll continue this with Robin to you. So network is the statement today's time, and I think TIE and organizations are actually helping in that. So what's your opinion? Whether network plays an important role in I would say your scalability of your businesses or expansion of businesses and all, like sir said, that you can expand to international borders also right now. So what's your thought on that?
Good evening, everyone. TIE Chandigarh is celebrating its 20th year in Chandigarh. Right, so one of the things, if we were not relevant, we wouldn't have survived 20 years, and we are growing, right? So TIE Chandigarh is about 350 members, and I'm proud to say that out of TIE also, there are so many networks that have emerged. CAN is an example, which is a network emerged out of TIE members, right? So my thing is that, informal, like organizations like TIE, CAN, even your PAN also, it breaks barriers between people. Right, we are not, all of us are in different parts of our journey, right, when it comes to business growth. But, all of us need help. And informal network like TIE or CAN, they break barriers among members, they bring people closer, right? I think that is one of the most important things that TIE or networks do. Secondly, also I would say that, a power of network is only when you exercise it. You can come to meetings in any network and go back without learning anything. See, you also have to contribute to a network. Only then then the network starts giving you back, right? So one of my learning has been that if one joins a network, one should aim for working selflessly in that network, right? Only then network will start giving you back. People are very sharp. they are able to distinguish whether this person is genuine or not genuine. And people want to help genuine people, right? So that's just my learning, right? And again, the value of, that's the way you said, the value of network will depend on how much you want, and you have to give first. Before asking a network, you have to give first.
Yes, I think giver's gain is the philosophy, one of the philosophies. But I have read a book, Give and Take, and all it says the most beneficials are the givers, and the most loss-making are also the givers. So using a network actually is also I don't know what a skill, or I would say what would say, but this is there. But that's why I think people join your network, and some continue for long years and collaborate for, you said like they collaborate and made a can, and then but some leave also because they think that network is not helping them out. But I think so how's your struggle initial years? Maybe I would say even when the time was formed, the people were joining and doing so do you find that getting that knowledge or getting that message, I would say not knowledge, getting that right message that this can help you things a lot? So what do you think
What we at TIE feel is that when we started in Chandigarh 20 years back, we were the only one which were talking about entrepreneurship. Now there are so many focused bodies, so many focused groups. Again, CAN is an example that they focus on funding, but there are all of PAN is also another network. So what we find is that our message needs to change with time also. 20 years back, we could talk about general entrepreneurship and do well. But now we need to be very specific with our messages, the kind of workshops, the kind of knowledge that people are seeking through our network. It's also changed. The expectation has changed, right? People want value, right? People want value also. So the expectation has changed.
Yes. So, Baldev ji, you've been a chairman for ICI, the Chandigarh branch and all, and you've been now group of Chandigarh Angel Network also. What do you think, is every organization has a different atmosphere in networking or something, or in expansion to business or any mindset? So what's your thought in maybe comparison to different organizations?
First of all, thank you Sahil for inviting me here. So as far as my journey as an angel investor is concerned, I started way back 19 and gradually entered in the angel network, and at present I am one of the director of the Chandigarh Angel Network. जो मैंने रियलाइज किया है, जो मैंने देखा है, वो ये है कि इन दिस रीजन पीपल वांट टू इन्वेस्ट, लोग पैसा लगाने वाले हैं, इन्वेस्टर हैं, बस उस इन्वेस्टर के लिए फंडिंग देने के लिए और पैसा लगाने के लिए सबसे पहले प्रिपरेशन ऑफ द स्टार्टअप जो है वो बहुत ज़रूरी है. उसकी सिंपल एग्जांपल अगर मैं देता हूँ तो हमारा एक छोटा बच्चा है, उसके लिए भी वाट वी हैव टू एडमिट हिम इन ए गुड स्कूल. तो अगर हम उसको अच्छे स्कूल में एडमिशन कराना चाहते हैं, उससे पहले उसको अच्छे प्रेपरेटरी स्कूल में लगाना जरूरी है. द सेम वे अब इन्वेस्टर के पास जब प्रेजेंटेशन स्टार्टअप की होती है तो उसके लिए हमें वी हैव टू फाइंड सम मीडिया और मेक एन इकोसिस्टम, कोई ना कोई प्लेटफॉर्म इस तरीके का लोकल लेवल पे बनाने की जरूरत है जिसमें जो हमारा स्टार्टअप है, अर्ली स्टार्टअप है, वो आए और उसको ग्रूम किया जाए. ग्रूम करने के बाद उसको फंडिंग देने में यहाँ पे कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी. दिस इज वन थिंग. और सेकंड, एज ए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, यू आर आल्सो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, तो वी अंडरस्टैंड वी चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हैव ए बिग रोल. और उसके लिए सबसे पहले यही है कि हमें यहाँ पे व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द गुजरात, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द मुंबई, तो इन रीजन टू जैसे प्रोफेशनल में भी हम बात करते हैं नॉर्दर्न रीजन एंड वेस्टर्न रीजन, तो वी हैव टू इनकैलकुलेट बिजनेस सेंस. अब फंडिंग के लिए जैसे मैंने आई हैव सीन माई कैरियर पिछले 3-4 साल में, जैसे ही बच्चा एक आइडिया लेके आता है उसको तो फंडिंग हो जाए, बट वी शुड इनकैलकुलेट द हैबिट ऑफ हाउ टू बिल्ड द बिजनेस. बिजनेस होता क्या है और बिजनेस कैसे बनता है. तो अदरवाइज अगर हम फंडिंग की बात से पहले ही मैं करता हूँ कि नाउ देयर आर वेरियस मीडियम जहाँ पे डेट भी मिलता है. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने स्कीम चलाई है बैंक से, अगर फंडिंग नहीं होती डेट दे सकते. तो अकॉर्डिंगली यहाँ पे इकोसिस्टम में हमें वी हैव टू डू वन थिंग कि एक हमें ऑर्गेनाइजेशन खड़ा करने की जरूरत है. उसके लिए जैसे टाइम है चंडीगढ़ एंजल नेटवर्क, हम जॉइंटली भी एक ट्रेनिंग टाइप ऐसा कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन जहाँ पे जो है एनजीओ टाइप बनाए, जैसे कैन इज एनजीओ, नॉन जो है प्रॉफिट अर्निंग इंस्टीट्यूशन है, कोई नहीं मैंने देखा इन ऑल ओवर द कंट्री कोई ऐसा नेटवर्क नहीं है, ऑल आर फॉर द प्रॉफिट, ऑल आर फॉर द मनी. तो वी शुड ट्राई एंड टू बिल्ड some one institution which could, you can say, give training and make that early startup into, so that he could understand the nuisance of the business and accordingly present his own, you can say, values, own understanding, and you can say express the idea. So that will help.
So as you said, ki it's an angel. So how presently you are helping in that, the same thing you said, as an angel we are helping startups in the, I would say again, and how you are actually as an organization helping them in that first step, because the first step is I think the major step.
तो बिजनेस में वही मैंने जो एज आई टोल्ड यू कि सबसे पहले समटाइम आई हैव सीन इन माय कैरियर भी 2-3 स्टार्टअप आई हैव सीन जिनके केस में इन्वेस्टर ने पैसा लगाने से मना कर दिया, because they could not understand that person, वो बोलता क्या है, क्या बोल रहा है, क्या उसका बिजनेस है. बट मेरे को आई गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड somebody like close friend of you, you can say recommended me. I went to that person और मैंने उसकी जैसे कहते हैं ना पत्री बनाते हैं, in 2 hours I make पत्री, कहाँ पैदा हुआ बच्चा, क्या उसने किया, क्या करना चाहता है, कैसे करना चाहता है, आगे उसके क्या व्यूज है. अकॉर्डिंगली जब मैंने उसको सारी चीज देखी, मैं तो इससे ज्यादा बढ़िया बच्चा नहीं. एंड माई सन वॉज विद मी व्हेन आई मेट दैट पर्सन. उसने हवाई चप्पल डाली हुई है और वो घूम रहे, कहता मेरा माई सन टोल्ड, कहता पापा आप इसके ऊपर पैसा लगाओगे. मैं कहा मेरे को तो ठीक लगता है. और यू वॉन्ट इमेजिन, तो हमने वो आई इन्वेस्टेड एट 2.5 crore and within 3 years now we raised the next fund at 50 crore. That my investment multiplied 20x. तो कीपिंग इन व्यू दैट हमें उस तरीके से यहाँ के इकोसिस्टम में वेरी गुड इकोसिस्टम यहाँ पे है और स्टार्टअप के आइडियाज बहुत बड़े. लास्टली आई मेट वन एक यंग पर्सन फ्रॉम गुरदासपुर, वो उसका शुगर का कुछ बना रहा है. तो अल्टीमेटली मैंने उसके बिजनेस में बहुत हम देखा, तो धीरे धीरे उसका जो आइडिया है, उसका आइडिया के ऊपर नाउ ही इज मेकिंग ब्रांडिंग, गुड़ को ब्रांडिंग बना रहा है. वो कहता है सर मेरा 50 रुपए वाला गुड़ है, मैं 500 रुपए किलो बेचूंगा, बट आई डोंट टू बर्न. मैंने बर्न नहीं करना, मैं जितना पैसा कमा रहा हूँ उसकी ब्रांडिंग कर रहा हूँ. सो वेरी गुड आइडिया. तो अकॉर्डिंगली अगर उस जैसे बच्चे को, उस जैसे स्टार्टअप को हम फंडिंग दे देती हैं, इकोसिस्टम में ले आके उसके साथ करते हैं, दैट कुड बिकम.
So coming to you, Munish ji. So I think you're the person who's from represented NASCOM also. I think you were the president of TAI also, and you were at the boards of Chandigarh Angel Network also. So what do you think there should be any one common organization like we say the which can help in the development of the ecosystem, or I would say what is the topic, extending the ecosystem? Will that help that out, that there can be one organization, umbrella organization I would say, or it will be totally a disaster?
So, the government, the Chandigarh administration has tried that 2-3 times to kind of build one umbrella organization. Unfortunately, it never works. Because each organization at its core has a different kind of function. TAI is all about, like Robin said, entrepreneurship. You know, the focus is entrepreneurship. You could be an entrepreneur in any domain. Chandigarh Angel Network is all about startups. It comes after that. NASCOM's focus is purely software, BPO, IT services, right? So sometimes you do have a different kind of focus also within. So it's best, like he was giving that example that CAN came out of TAI, right? It is best as we kind of become more and more specialized, and like you have your advertisers today, your sponsors, you have a healthcare kind of funding network, right? So gradually this is going to move in that direction. It's going to become more and more specialized. Even within TAI, if you notice, we have a lot of these what we call 6 special interest groups. You know, you could have separate one for gaming, separate one for sustainability issues. So it's best now as we grow as an organization, then that focus is also required, that you have different verticals where people can actually, it's like education, right? You want to specialize a little more in a particular domain, and we all have different domains. Like Robin wants to, EdTech, FinTech. You could then kind of go down and focus on a separate domain. I personally feel it's good to have these organizations, and more specialization and verticals would even further help the network.
Yes. So maybe just a follow-up question. So we visited actually Sydney as a Punjab Angels. We took a delegation last year, and you know the same thing. Or the government tried to they implemented. What they did was in a single building, a big building, at every floor. So whatever cities networks, investor network is sitting in one building only. So whether from they are raising 1 CR to one floor. If somebody is raising 20 CR on another, sitting on another floor. If somebody is raising 100 CR, sitting on another floor. And then they have a common rooms like recording rooms, these rooms for startups, and also that they can common rooms, they can use those podcast rooms and also on a chargeable basis and all. So I think as you were discussing Chandigarh, so I think that can maybe, but I think government need to be initiated, or I don't know, we can take initiative. But I think that was a good idea.
So the second problem is, I'm sure the government means well. I never deny that. But what happens is the government changes also. So whatever good maybe one person has done, it might not fit into the agenda of the incoming government, right? And then it kind of loses focus. So if at all it has to come from the industry side more than the government side. Like you have in Mali, you have a Mali Industries Association, right? So they drive it. Somebody has to then become the driver of that initiative. But like you also said, as that example, and kind of ties in with what I was saying, at different stages you need different people, right? Person raising 1 CR has a very different set of requirements. Person raising 20 CR has a very different set of requirements. Person raising 200 CR has a very different set of requirements. So you accordingly need different set of people.
Yes, I think so. So maybe maybe the same question I will ask, and one you can reply. What do you think is still missing in our ecosystem? Because we are talking about strengthening the ecosystem. We have been worked with many organizations. Still, what you can think, or I would say, what we can develop now. So what is still missing, which we can work on and which we can develop?
I feel Chandigarh is already there. The only problem it has is visibility. See, we have 3 administrations. We have Chandigarh, Haryana and Punjab, which don't work together. Right? Otherwise, if you look at Chandigarh Tri-City and we were to present a unified image of Chandigarh Tri-City, I think we're there. Right? It's just that we have 3 administrations, their messaging is different, and that's where our larger message of entrepreneurship is missing out. But in terms of everything else, we are there. We have we have good infrastructure, we have good education, we have good healthcare, we have a good college system today. All the colleges that we work, and we work with a lot in TIE. All of them are very focused on entrepreneurship development. I think the only thing is just, probably we need something like Chandigarh Capital Region, which NCR has. Now NCR is like 6 cities today, and they are able to project a single unified image. I think that is what missing. That is what is missing in Chandigarh Tri-City. Otherwise, all the components of a successful ecosystem exist right now. It's just branding and messaging.
Yes, I think that's the very well suggestion, and I'll also now think from that perspective also.
Chandigarh capital region is here.
Yes.
You have a metro which is coming up around the Tri-City, right? It's no longer Tri-City as well. You have New Chandigarh and Zirpur as well, right? So we will look at like a capital region, something in the lines of NCR, which would take unified decisions for this area. I think then this area will progress far further.
Okay. Baldev, your comments on the same. Any missing?
I would like to say the other thing come to my mind is that we should include the local education institution. As ST College is one of the prestigious colleges, and accordingly we should involve colleges, ST College or other institutions, so that from the you can say during the education system also entrepreneurship well, one thing. The second is we should create at you can say Tri-City level one small fund. That fund should help or groom the startups. Maybe we could provide small ticket size of 5 lakh to start with a good idea. After certain you can say initiation, after you can say interview or some that way, so that we should give 100 to 200% that opportunity and accordingly groom them, so that if out of that 100 or 200, 1 or 2 raise the further fund accordingly, then we might have be successful in our mission. That is the other thing I want to share. And moreover, I discussed with my colleagues also that I want that you are a very good wealth, and accordingly we should contribute not for profit just to build up this ecosystem and to help the Tri-City.
Thank you, sir. Munish ji, your thoughts on this?
So I kind of agree with Robin. We have everything. I mean, we should stop complaining that we have everything happening for us. The whole ecosystem, we have, I mean, look at it, educational, we have world-class educational institutes. We have everything happening for us. I probably feel we need a couple of big, in our paraphrasing, unicorns maybe, to come out of this area, because that gets, you also look at locally, you have companies like Thai-Nor, not many people understand that. But I have asked so many people pan-India, and they think Thai-Nor is first, they think it's a foreign product. Then next you say, okay, no, it's in India. Then they think it's made in South India. Then you tell them Mohali and they start looking at you. Okay. You see, you have a world-class product, right? And we have many such examples actually. So it's more to do with visibility. And also like Robin said, it's because each state government runs a separate agenda. If they work collectively in that one direction, okay, this is going to be a unified thing. I don't think so we have anything missing right now. Especially post-COVID, talent is no longer an issue. You can hire from anywhere in the world now, and they can work for you remotely. Right? Education is there. We have a very high standard of living over here also. People who come from Delhi and all look at Chandigarh and say we want to move there. So we have everything going for us. Probably just need a couple of big wins to set that up. Even Baldev ji's idea, Innovation Punjab and all. Lots of people are now offering that stipend also. 3 to 5 lakhs. They kind of offer it at different levels. So all that is happening basically. So it's just a matter of now kind of that spark is there. It needs to kind of go into.
In morning we had the same session of building unicorns. So we discussed the similar sort of things in that also. And so I would say thank you so much everyone for coming, joining over here. Looking forward to maybe we should do some collaborative deals also. We should do something coming to us, and maybe I think we shouldn't have an organization, but the team heads maybe should have one group and where we can share the good things so that if we can focus on one thing and we can build one unicorn out of it soon. So there are many people from Chandigarh region who has built unicorns, but I think they went to Bangalore side and then built up. But I think one sitting over here needs to build up. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.